This is so stressful. I don't know what to do. I'm so proud of the second sessions of my beta program. Welcome back to my channel. What is up, you guys? So by the time this video is uploaded to my channel, it's my birthday. Yay, happy birthday to me. So this year I'm celebrating my birthday a little bit differently, and that is I purposely made sure that this video is uploaded to my channel on that day because this feels very special and personal to me, and I wanted to celebrate with you guys a huge milestone in my life. So by the title and the teaser of this video, you probably figure out that I'm about to get really raw and real with you guys and taking you guys to the behind the scene of how I started my business from scratch. Yes, I'll be talking about why I started my business, all the challenges I faced in my business, all the mistakes that I've made, all the achievements that I've made so far, and what is happening next in my business and all that kind of good stuff. Also, make sure that you guys are staying until the end because I have a very special announcement that I want to make. So make sure to stay until the end, and because I have a feeling that you might not want to miss that. So the online business that I recently started is called Social Nomads Academy. It's an online coaching program that basically help other aspiring digital nomads become freelance social media managers so that they can also travel and work from anywhere. All right, let's jump right into all the things that I've achieved so far in my business. So I'm going to take you guys way back to the day that I officially started my business, and I believe that was back in mid-August this year. I have a project management app on my phone so that I can refer back to it. So in the last 2 weeks of August, what have I done was I've narrowed down my business niche, I've conducted market research, I've offered many free strategy calls with my prospects, and I onboarded my beta clients. And from mid-August to mid-September, so while all of that was going on, I was creating my signature coaching program, and I condensed the entire program to a beta program. And from mid-September to last week of October, which is just last week, I was working with my beta clients. So at this point, I'm really happy and proud to say that all of the students who enrolled in my beta program have told me that they love the program. They said that this program had exceeded their expectation. They've learned a lot, and that they wanted to enroll in the full program. Every time when I got a student testimonial, it was like Christmas has came early. Like honestly, nothing makes me more happy and proud than seeing my students are getting closer and closer to achieving their goals. So thank you so much for all of my beta students who have faith in me and trusting me to become their mentors. You guys are truly angels. You have no idea. Like, I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm so happy to be part of your digital nomad journey and helping you become location independent and take control of your life. All right, at this point, I know I only talked about all the good stuff that happened in my business, but if you ever started anything in your life, especially business, you know that this is not the full picture, and that's exactly where I wanted to get into in this video, is that I wanted to share with you guys all the that happened in my business. For example, all the challenges that I faced, all the mistakes that I've made, and because of this, my stress level and imposter syndrome was through the roof all the time. I was overwhelmed all the time, and I constantly comparing myself with other people, and I feel bad about myself all the damn time. So that is the full picture, and that's exactly what I wanted to get into today, because remember I talked about I wanted to get really real and raw with you guys today. So let's first talk about all the challenges that I faced throughout this journey. First challenge that I faced was I had no idea where to get started. So I kind of had some idea of what business I want to get myself into. I knew that I wanted to help other people become digital nomads. and I wanted to do something in the social media marketing space because I myself is a social media manager, but I had no idea what exactly are the steps that I need to take to start a coaching business. I didn't even know how to find people who would be potentially interested in my program and how to, launch a coaching program, etc., etc. And if you watch my previous video, you know that I'm a huge believer in investing in yourself, especially when you have no idea how to get started. So that's why I, went onto the internet and trying to see if there's any online courses out there that can teach me how to start a coaching business. And that's when I came across this amazing online course called Bossgram Academy. And after I went through some of their free trainings and I was reading a lot about the program, and then I was reading a lot about the testimonials from the people who took that program. So it was a no-brainer for me to purchase that course. So I ended up paying for the course in full, and I also bought a lot of the softwares that they recommended in the course. Even though it was a lot of money up front, especially at that point, I was just literally starting my business. But the way I justified for paying thousands of dollars on an online course was that, it was a no-brainer for me to pay thousands of dollars for a 4 years university degree. Why would it be a problem for me to pay thousands of dollars for an online course, especially the one that can teach me exactly how to start a coaching business from scratch? So what ended up happening was I ended up making everything back within a month into the course. Not only I've learned all the knowledge that I needed to start a coaching business, but I felt like I was taking literally a shortcut to success. So that's how I justified it. So by the same logic, if some of you guys are watching the video right now and wondering how to become a digital nomad or a freelance social media manager, if you have no idea where to start, I'm telling you, stop wasting your time and trying to figure out everything on your own, but instead start investing in yourself, because you're gonna thank yourself later for taking a shortcut to success. And if you guys are interested in learning more about this topic, make sure to click the link down below in my description box. I have a free guide for you that's going to teach you exactly step by step how to become a digital nomad so that you can travel and work from anywhere in the world. So the second challenge that I faced was rejections. So when I was going through all the free strategy calls with my prospects, I got so many rejections from people basically telling me, oh, you know what, I'm really interested in your program, but I can't afford it right now. Or, you know what, I'm really interested in your program, but it's not the right time for me to invest. And I've even got people who ghosted me on a free call. They ghosted me on a free call. Can you imagine? But even though I was feeling so defeated and lost because of these rejections, I didn't want to give up on the business, even though it was really hard, but I didn't want to give up because I knew that I was offering something with lots of value, and my beta student can testify this, by the way. So over time, I just learned to face it, because I know that rejection is part of entrepreneurship. And if you're not getting rejection when you're starting a business, then you're probably not taking big enough steps. And as cliche as this sounds, growth only happens when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And in that place, rejection is possible. And I know that what sets a successful entrepreneur apart from the unsuccessful one is that the successful one will use rejection as the fuel, as the motivation to continue doing the damn thing, to continue building the business. So that's what I've been doing. I was like, fuck the rejections. I'm gonna continue doing the free strategy calls until I find my beta student, until I found people who can see the value that I'm offering in my program. And guess what? I ended up finding many amazing beta students who have enrolled in my program, who have also got out of the program with a lot of things that they've learned that they previously didn't know before. So you just have to get through the rejection and you get to the other side of it. And of course, there are other challenging things that happened that really tested my limit. For example, that time when my laptop screen broke and I couldn't get it fixed because I'm living on a remote island, and there was no Apple stores or computer repair shops anywhere near me. And I was really devastated. I couldn't believe this was happening to me because that was literally the worst nightmare that could happen to a digital nomad when your entire livelihood depends on your laptop. So it was a really, really hard time to get through. And on top of it, it was really challenging for me to balance working on my own business while also working on my existing client projects. So I constantly have to stay up until really, really late so that I can stay on top of everything. And it was also taking away a lot of my time from uploading content on this channel. I think in the past 2 months, I only uploaded 2 videos in total, but my goal was actually to upload once a week, at least. So yeah, there was a lot of shit that was going on behind the scenes building this business. That's just the way it is. And as an entrepreneur, you just have to face the challenge head on and find a solution to overcome these challenges. And that's part of being an entrepreneur, and that's part of building a business. All right, so now that we've got all the challenges out of the way, I wanted to focus on talking about all the mistakes that I've made when I was starting my business. So the biggest mistakes that I've made was that I was not consistent showing up on my social media, talking about my offer, showing the behind the scene of me working and building on my business. And I'm the type of person that if I'm committed to doing something, I'm committed to it 100%, and I would be just focused on doing that until I get it done. So because of that, I was really lacking in my own social media department. I realized that it was such a huge mistake because if I were to talk more on my social media about my program, about my offer, and showing more behind the scene, I probably would have more beta students by now. But unfortunately, I didn't. So now that I look back at it, what I should have done instead was I should have pre-scheduled and batch everything once a week in advance. Pre-batch everything and pre-schedule everything for my YouTube channel as well, so that I can free up more time for focusing on creating my program and working with my beta student without constantly worrying about posting on my Instagram or my Facebook or creating YouTube video for my channel. So I should have done that. All right, mistake number 2, and that is I should have outsourced earlier. I was a solopreneur and I'm still a solopreneur. I was doing everything on my own, creating program on my own, answering email on my own, doing all the admin tasks on my own, content creation on my own. Literally every single thing in my business, I was doing everything on my own because I had a limiting belief that, you know, I'm not earning a lot of money right now in my business as I just started it. So I couldn't afford hiring someone else. But that I realized was a huge mistake, and it was a huge limiting belief because I know that in order for me to move to the next stage in my business, scale my business, I need to think differently. I need to do stuff differently than what I've been doing since I started my business. To do that, I can't be doing everything on my own anymore. I need to have other people joining my team and working on my business together. That's how I should be thinking in terms of growing my business. I want to hire a VA for my business so that I can focus 100% all of my energy growing my business instead of doing and getting stuck in doing small admin tasks, stuff like that. So if any of you guys are interested in becoming a VA in my team, or any of you guys know someone who is currently a VA, comment below or email me or DM me on my Instagram. Let me know and let's have a chat. Hopefully, if you are a good fit, if you know someone's a good fit, I would love to have you on my team. All right, let's move on to the most exciting part of this video, and that is what's next in my business. What am I working on next, and what are some of the plans coming up? Overall, based on the feedback of my beta students, that I've got a pretty strong validated program. So I can't wait to launch it. So speaking of launching it, this is what's gonna happen next, is that I'll be working on creating a plan to actually launch my signature coaching program. So now is a good time for me to talk about the special announcement that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and that is I'll be hosting a live masterclass very soon. So please keep your eye out on my social media and on my future YouTube video for more details about this live training, but I promise you that it's going to be so juicy and you're gonna walk out of this live masterclass with tons of value because I'm gonna be showing you my exact system that I use that can help you from getting you out of your 9-to-5 job to working remotely with paid clients as a social media manager so that you can travel and work from anywhere. At this point, I talked about all the things that I achieved in my business, but it's also really important for me to talk about all the shit that happened behind the scene when I was starting out building my business, because I didn't want to trick you guys into thinking, starting a business is easy and you're going to be successful overnight, right? No, I want you guys to see the full picture of it, of what's like to build a business from scratch. As you can see from all the stuff that I talked about in my video, that starting a business is not as glamorous as you think. It takes a lot of effort and sweat and tears and rejections, and most importantly, it takes a lot of mistakes, right? But the powerful thing about mistake is that you need to understand how to harness the power of these mistakes and turn it into something better, and turn it into lessons that you can learn to help you make better choices, to help you make better decisions in the future. That's why it's so important for me to share this video on my birthday, not only because I wanted to celebrate it as a huge milestone in my life, but also I wanted to use this video as a reminder for my future self and an inspiration for those of you who are thinking about starting a business in the future or being your own boss in the future. And my message to you is that be positive. Don't give up when things get hard. Keep going, keep grinding, keep upgrading and learning, and eventually you will get there. While you're waiting for next week's video, I post other videos about social media marketing and digital nomads, so make sure to watch these 2 videos right there. And as always, wish you guys luck, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in my next one.